Welcome everyone to part 3 of Daily Valhalla. Happy December 11th everyone. Today we'll be completing the prologue. Hope you guys have enjoyed the previous two videos. And this one. You can tell I'm recording this one a little later in the day where I am because I sound very sleepy. Evening. You look bummed, boss. Starting tomorrow, there will be no more corgis in our bar. Why wouldn't I be sad? Dana's just devastated by this. Maybe because starting tomorrow, there will be no more corgis at the bar. I wonder if the Shiba Appreciation Society might be interested in booking us. One problem at a time, boss. Wait, I know someone from the Pomeranian Development Institute. Why are there so many dogs that own companies in this world? One problem at a time. Still, you've been tense ever since Friday. Are you worried about Gil or something? Trust me, of all my worries, Gil is the least of them. Put on some music and enjoy the day, won't you? Right. Oh, so now it remembers the... Probably because I didn't... Yeah, probably because I didn't turn off the switch in between my last recording and this one. I guess. I don't know. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Oh crap, I already forgot the voice I did for frickin' Betty. I filmed yesterday's recording a few hours ago. How did I already forget? Ah. Me oh my. Bartender, we meet again. Oh, Miss Betty. Hello. Right, because we had his voice as Alan. And Mr. Corgi Lover. Call me Deal. Deal. Deal? Deal. Wipe that satisfied look off your faces, you two. What can I serve you today? I'll have a beer. I'm not the designated driver today, so give me a fringe weaver. Alright, coming right up. So this is the point where the game will start asking you to make 2 drinks at once, and you have to remember both the orders. I really hope it doesn't matter that I did the beer before the fringe weaver. Here. Thanks. Thank you. You seem distracted. Serving so many dogs finally gotten to you? No, well, yeah, but it's not that. My boss has been acting weird since Friday. Weird how? Romantic weird? Dramatic weird? Let's hope nobody finds the body in the fridge weird. For starters, there's the fact that she only told me we were being booked moments before we opened. Plus, she seems completely distracted or lost in her thoughts. Like you. Worse. Oh. Oh, they are so screwed. Man, worse than Jill? Oh my goodness. She's not being herself. And that makes me wonder if something's going on. Like what? Do you run a human trafficking ring in the basement? No, we don't have a license for that. What? Oh, this world is so messed up. Oh well, thinking about it too much is not part of my job. Can I ask you something about your job? Sure. I've always been curious. What does the BTC need in their bartenders? What do you need to study? They train you from scratch, so you don't have to study anything beforehand. What does the training involve? It's a lot of etiquette and regulation work. Most of our time, though, is actually spent in simulations. Simulations? Different scenarios involving different chemical hazards, that sort of thing. They want you to be able to respond to every possible situation that might come up involving our ingredients. I mean, the chances for failure are really slim, but it's better to not take those chances. I see. I'll be back. Thank you, Switch. I'll be back with you guys in a bit. I must attend to the other client's dog. That. Oh, sure. They're chasing me, man! Who? The cabbages, man! The goddamn cabbages! Oh my gosh, after all these years of SpongeBob, we finally have an answer of what happened to Mr. Puff. He doesn't like to talk about it, Mr. Krabs. They're everywhere! They're out for my rump! You're... never mind. Can I get you anything to calm down? A big blue fairy would be nice! Let's sober this dog up a little bit. Oh, what crap, I need to make it big. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now we can fill it with the optional karma train. Here we are. Here. Thanks, very nice of you. Something the matter? Nothing a drink can't solve. I'm not sure about that, but it's hardly my job to preach sobriety. What do you want? Give me a gut punch. Okay. This flea bag wants a gut punch. Kill that as a customer. Here you are. Thanks. Hey, you ever felt guilty for being born the wrong race? Oh, right! Very heavy dialogue coming from Third Bark Day over here. The what now? I've just been hearing so much about how we're racist. I'm wondering, are you racist? Not really. Do you feel like other corgis might be? Definitely. I mean, then why worry? It's not like they're calling you racist. You shouldn't take generalizations personally. You might be right. Man, you should have seen the cutie I saw yesterday on the way home. She looked like a cat boomer. She was wearing a mini dress and had this prosthetic eye. I thought you were against people using prosthetics. I'm not against cute, though. Besides, I'm not against prosthetics, I'm only against enhancements. I don't see a difference between the two. Alright, let me put it this way. If you lost an arm and replaced it with a mechanical arm that does exactly what the older one did, I'm okay with it. Hitstream Sam? But if you lost your arm and replaced it with a gun-loaded super arm from hell, that's something I'm not okay with. Even worse is if you decide to replace your arm because of your fashion or whim, or to get better at some sport. That's completely not cool. That's the difference between a prosthetic and an enhancement. Replacement versus, enhancement. I'm of a similar opinion about Lilum replacing their factory parts for kicks. If you think that's going to be an easy way of getting better at something, you're in for a bad surprise. I mean, I kinda get what she's saying. She doesn't want people to cheat their way through life. It is very interesting. Well, I can see why you think that, but What suggested to you that what she had wasn't an enhancement? Yeah, this is a very interesting discussion they are having. I'm not sure how much it would apply to IRL stuff, but it is an interesting thing to think about, like, you're not doing it because of the possibilities, you're doing it because of the ways to be lazy. Or prideful, or whatever. But Badil also has a point here about the enhancements. If she had bad eyesight, wouldn't that count as enhancement, even if it fixes it? How does work factor into your ideologies? They might be enhancements, but they also replace something faulty. Well, I remember once drawing a meme of Betty having like tic-tac-toe drawn on her forehead with this expression. I'll see if I can dig it up. If I do, I'll put it in the Discord. Damn it. It's not making sense, you piece of scrap. You're weakening my resolve. Having fun? Oh. Bartender. Oh, sorry, no, I accidentally did the Betty voice reveal. Oh, bartender, that was fast. There seem to be less dogs out today. At least, dogs that want to drink. Yeah, some of them ate their tickets. Lovely. I'll be the one dealing with that later. Say, what's your take on the whole enhancement discussion, bartender? My mom had a saying, anyone can make a chandelier out of their asses, which somehow means your body, your choices. I just realized Betty is wearing a dope sweater. I mean, Deal's outfit is sharp as well, but if they are not hurting anyone, I don't see the point in hating them. See, Betty? Hey, I didn't say I automatically hate anyone who has an enhancement. Me being against something isn't the same as me being against someone. I'm not some 12-year-old blindingly hating someone because of something like that. Not limited to 12-year-olds, Betty. Not limited to 12-year-olds. Maybe you should practice what you preach. What does that mean? I fear retaliation, so I am not saying another word. Are you gonna order anything? I'm fine right now. She's drinking mine, actually. Alright, call if you need anything else. Here. Let's see. Ow. Actually, if we're doing Alan, wouldn't it be like a realistic scream like, oh! So much for so much for avoiding retaliation. You're not gonna believe me. Does this involve eating poop eater? I was in the bathroom and the other dog was looking at me from the top of the sink. You mean the mirror? No, another dog. I see. What can I serve you? Not gonna do anything about that? Other dog on top of the sink? I'm sure he doesn't want to hurt anybody, don't worry. I hope you're right. Well, I want something really sweet. Coming right up. Are you sure you don't want... Who? Let's kill this dog, shall we? Here you go. Thanks. Please think about that thing with the other dog on top of the sink. I will, don't worry. Well then. That was quick. Like I said, there aren't too many dogs today. When I heard someone booked us for 3 days, I expected more of an attendance. While you were gone, this fella here said that the Bleeding Jane is better than a pile driver. So, flipping into the frickin' Alan voice again. Alan from Smiling Friends will take over all of us. Please, prove him wrong. All I'm saying is that I don't see the point in drinks that feel more like a kick in the mouth than a beverage. What do you think, bartender? Think there's any point discussing non-alcoholic drinks in a bar? In my opinion, people who order a bad touch always make me giggle like an idiot, though. That's not an opinion. That's a statement. Oh well. Please serve us either Pile Drivers or Bleeding Janes. I'll let you decide which one is better. Pile Driver and or Bleeding Jane, two of any of them. Well, I might as well serve one of each, I guess. Normally this is where I'd ask chat whether or not we should do Betty's Idea or Deals exclusively, but I'm not filming this live, so very sad. I guess comment in chat what you guys would order. Pile Driver, Bleeding Jane. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I've said it for the other two videos of like, comment in chat if, so maybe that'll be a theme. I'll ask chat to leave a comment if they watch it. Chat, leave a comment in the video if you think this is a terrible idea. I won't be able to listen to your feedback, of course, because I'll have long finished doing all the recordings, but still. No fighting this way, right? Wow, you're quite the softie. Just kidding. Wise choice. No complaints here. How did you two end up discussing that? Well, it started when I told this guy that I wasn't as crazy about the idea of working just for corgis. Why don't you like corgis? They're cute and fluffy and funny, and they just, like, make you smile. Tell me one interesting thing about them. Legends say they were created by a fairy, and that their breed was raised to fight dragons. Oh, you have to be kidding. No. Actually, I heard that one too. Nerd. Really? Still, I can't see why you are so tired of them. Dunno. Maybe because I only ever deal with them at their worst? I've only seen them in their happy state. I'm the one running feces samples and unclogging their sphincters if they eat their owner's dental floss. I imagine a vet would probably get sick of certain aspects of being a vet after a while. They probably hate certain things animals do after a while, come to think of it. I might be their veterinarian, but they treat me more like a mom, and not in a good way. It's like being a gynecologist. After a while, you stop seeing boobs and vaginas. Instead, all you see are issues you must fix. At least they are cute issues. Deal is like, yeah, good argument, but have you considered cute boy? It is a compelling argument, I must say. Depends. A gynecologist can't pick clients by age or preferences. I was talking about your job. Oh, yeah. That too. Still, I don't think it's so much that I'm tired of them, as much as it is I'm tired of you being so obsessed with them. I am not obsessed, I am passionate. Coming from somebody who hyperfixates on stuff, Deal, that is a very, 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 very thin line. Yeah, that is obsessed. Deal. You sleep with a corgi plushie and you have a wall dedicated to photos you've taken at the company. I am really passionate? Too much passion can become an issue, you know? Speaking of issues, did you talk with the directors about the whole cardigan conflict? I was gonna do that tomorrow when they're all together. I still don't see why I should be the one doing it. Oh, slipped into Alan voice once again. For starters, they don't take me too seriously. Understandable. I don't take you too seriously either. Betty out here in her Lucy Van Pelt era. Actually, weirdly, she does kind of remind me of, like, Lucy from Charlie Brown, from, like, Peanuts and Charlie Brown and all of that. This is like if Lucy grew up and wasn't a complete sociopath. I mean, in the end, they are still dogs. They need someone with a strong, commanding voice. Are you saying I have a naggy voice? No, not your voice, just your entire demeanor. So I have a naggy demeanor? I'm assuming you two are talking about the whole race conflict? Yeah, this is hurting them more than they think. The company might actually collapse at this rate, which is terrible because a couple of these dogs' families are dependent on their paychecks. Ah, child actor logic. Lovely. Doesn't that count as unethical and unusual treatment of animals? It's a bit of a legal gray area. The dogs are doing it willingly, after all. Even if they weren't doing it willingly, the dogs aren't actually being mistreated or exploited. In fact, the company's pretty relaxed. Speaking of relaxed, how's Jurgen doing? He is fine, still complaining about his back, still unwilling to take his medicine. He says he's not that weak. Who's this Jurgen guy? My guardian. I passed the tests years ago, but I couldn't leave him. That's actually commonplace, isn't it? Villain being unable to leave their guardians because they feel too much like family? Now, to be fair, some people get attached to many things. Some even get obsessed with inanimate objects. My grandpa loved his car more than any of his sons. As someone who has a grandfather with a Corvette, that spoke to me on an interesting way. Of course, my grandfather loves all of his kids very much, so not completely accurate, but still. The one whose will left all the earthly possessions to his car, right? Yeah, he's not that. Yeah, my grandfather, Jam's grandfather, is not that obsessed with his car. Yeah, that one. How do you become a Lilim's guardian? You fill a form at the Artificial Intelligence Council. Then they do a background check. If they deem you useful, they'll give you authorization. You're given a week's notice before they give you all the data about the Lilim you'll be taking care of. You'll have to watch over it until it can pass 3 different personality tests. If the Lilim wants to stay with you after that, that is your problem. So it's like adoption and the lottery all rolled into one. They do that to diversify the possible outcomes. I guess they should probably take this moment to explain Lilim in this game chat, because I realized I didn't do it beforehand. They're just AI robots, basically. They're basically sentient robots with personality, and this is just explaining the lore of how they work in this universe. Deal is one of them, Dorothy is another one, so we'll see it. We'll have couple Lilith characters that we'll be interacting with throughout the game, so they're basically just androids. There is a lore reason why they're called Lilith, but I think they actually, Jill and Dorothy actually discussed that in a later day, so I'm not gonna spoil it now. But yes, more lore. Two Lilith can be of the same model, but they'll grow differently depending on their guardians. What if something happens to the guardian? A new guardian can appeal to the council, stating that they're more fit for the position than the original. This happens when a guardian has become unavailable in some way, or because you can back up claims of neglect or maltreatment. You spit out all that information like it's hard-coded in you. I worked in that department for some time before coming to the STC. It is almost a reflex. Are you interested in becoming a guardian bartender? Oh no, I'm just a nerd when it comes to AIs in general. Oh gosh, Jill passed all her college exams and stuff in ChatGPT, didn't she? The money they give for you for it is not that great though. I see. Well, time to check on the dogs. Listen here, punk. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you a punk. It's just, I was chasing my tail and now I'm too hyper to control myself. Sorry. Just give me anything. Alright. Wonder if it's safe to give him something sweet. We gon' find out! Let's just add some carbotrine too, why not? Does the body good. This is good. This is very good. Very good. Very good. Ah! Oh no. Huh. Now, no, see, I can see the value of other dog races. Like Pomeranians. Those are nice, but they are not corgis. Oh, yeah, I can understand that. I mean, remember that cute girl from yesterday I mentioned earlier? Yeah. The white knight that was with her, she wasn't half bad either. I mean, it was obvious that a tapestry of muscles was hidden under that armor. I prefer more delicate-looking girls, though. I can appreciate how something looks, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily your thing. And you, bartender? Me, what? Which dog race do you prefer? That's not the question I was expecting. That was not the question I was expecting either, Betty. Not much of a dog person, actually. Do you have any pets? A cat named Four, yeah. He's just a stray I rescued. Dang, Betty coming here with all the flirting. You like rescuing girls, too? I'm sure I should be making a witty retort right now, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say no. Weird. I've always thought that the rescue fantasy was universal. Why call it Four? You know, the funny thing about that interaction right there is we find out later that Jill is bisexual. So that was not her saying that she is not into girls. That was Jill just saying, I am not into you, Betty. Oh no, that's just kind of funny. Might call it Four. Four is a Lilith I met some time ago that... Never mind. Pretty lame name if you ask me. Better than calling it asshat. I bet when you and Four play, it's quite the sight, eh? He's so lively. Sometimes I fear foreshadows my presence entirely. You guys want to lose consciousness that much? You really need to calm down with all the whole pun-hating stuff, Betty. But to move away from this whole foreground. Okay, that one got me. That one actually got me. What is this rescue fantasy you mentioned before? You know, the one where wayward, dangerous souls redeem themselves through the power of love. The bad boy who turns away a life of crime. The drug addict girl who lived on the streets and turned tricks until she found a good man worth changing for. It's corny romance cliches 101. Well, you're the one with a shelf full of old lady romance novels. I'll trust you on this. Hey, Fabio the 13th is a national treasure. You don't even like guys. Why do you read all those novels? They let you put yourself in the place of the main character quite easily. Even if said character is a muscular man? I see no problem. Just, what is your self-image? If I can ask something else, what is it? Why do you hate puns so much? Many people cringe at puns, you know? Yeah, but you react like you have a vendetta against them. They made me feel stupid. What? When I was a kid, everyone who had a house, my house had the penchant for making puns at the drop of a hat. I was the only one who couldn't get them. Years later, I finally got them, and they weren't that funny. They made me feel stupid. All in the name of some terrible joke that wasn't even funny in the first place. I've said this so many times that I might as well just make a recording, but you need to chill out, Betty. I am chilling out. Just because I complain about stuff doesn't mean I'm not relaxed. Betty be like, I'm so freaking calm right now. She like vibrates in a chair. I'm not sure that is how it works. Trust me, when I'm tense and angry, you'll know it. I fear the thought. Anyway, I'll go check on the dogs. I'm supposed to be their doctor, and they are being suspiciously quiet. Be careful. You want anything else? Oh, I'll have a bloom light. Actually, make that 2, please. Sure. One of that, 1 of that, 2. 2 of that, and 3 of that. Aged and ice for this bat. Oh, I mixed the wrong amount of Carmetrine, okay. I'm arguably as much tired of this as Jill is. Here. Thanks. Say, you two seem to get along quite well. Well, when you are the only sentient humanoids in the entire company, it kind of happens. Again, with the Alan voice, now when they said they're the 2 humanoids, I'm just imagining him and Betty, and then just the rest are just like glep. Like, me. Smiling Friends is a great show if you guys have not watched it yet. I feel like I made this entire, recording thing, Daily Valhalla thing, to celebrate Valhalla. I might be inadvertently, stealthily celebrating Smiling Friends. Sentient? we have a couple of test mannequins and cardboard cutouts, so... I see. Seems there's more to it than just that, though. I mean, even if you two are the only ones of your kind, you can still hate each other. Well, I guess I'm one of the few that can stand Betty. She's a really nice person, but she doesn't sugarcoat things. Yeah, I can see that. You should see her treating those dogs. She becomes so patient and understanding, even if it's only for a little while. The dogs don't call her Mom to mock her. Can dogs mock people? I don't know. Even if it's only for a little while. You were eavesdropping? So you can say nice things once in a while. You say it like I'm the aggressive one here. It's nice hearing people say good things about you once in a while, you know? You should take your own advice. Maybe some other time. I'm not a hug boss. Anything happened? The dog in the bathroom got angry at his reflection in the mirror and charged into it. Luckily, nothing bad happened. It just made a dog very confused. How the hell do they get on top of the Saints? They are surprisingly agile, even with those cellular legs. Oh yeah, I ordered you this. Thanks. By the way, Betty, how's Veronica? We broke up last month. What? Well, things were not going so well. We got too used to one another. Everything was starting to become routine. We decided to break up before things got bitter. And why didn't you tell me that before? Why? Did you want your turn at the Betty Mobile? I slipped in my Dorothy voice there. I don't know. I guess I just didn't want to trouble you. And after a while, it stopped feeling like it was something relevant to say. Please don't do that again. Try trusting me. Yeah, you're right. You know what bothers me? The fact that asking after someone's health always feels like you're walking on a floor full of glass shards. There's always this chance that the other person is not okay or even dead. What started as a legitimately fun moment can go sour. Yeah, you're right. Sorry for not trusting you, you piece of scrap. Don't worry, I understand why you did it. Hey, now that I think about it, you sure hang out with us a lot, bartender. Well, dogs can only be so interesting. It's been a whole 10 seconds since we were reminded that Jill frickin' despises dogs. Besides, there haven't been as many dogs today. Is my presence unwanted? Not at all, especially since you're the one bringing the booze. You are like those cab drivers that like to chat all day, but you smell better than most of them. But not all of them, just most. Thank you. Funny thing is that we are unofficially associated with a local taxi line. They're the ones that send drunkards to their homes. You seem to do really like talking to your clients. Like, it's the best part of your job or something. It kinda is. I used to sit around a crowded places like malls or bars and think to myself, each and every person here has a story. It's a humbling experience. Honestly, another thing I relate to this game about is just like the aspect of people watching and wondering about their life. And the battery died. I was hoping battery would last to the end of this recording. It did not. Hold on. Okay, there we go. It's plugged in now. Yeah, because there were many times, especially when I was in uni, that I would just sit in like the student meeting and watch other students having conversations and being like, I wonder what goes on in their lives. Then I realized that looking at them was probably creepy, and I went back to eating my steak and shake lunch. But anyways. Everyone has dreams, fears, and loved ones. Dig deep enough, you'll realize that the gap between the two random people isn't as big as you think it is. In fact, it's quite small. In this job, you get to hear all kinds of stories. Some people just blurt it all out. Some do it while drunk. You know that no matter how similar they might seem at first glance, no two people are alike. It's fascinating. You could be a powerful information broker with all that knowledge. Not interested. I like to see myself more as a friendly ear rather than someone you need to be wary of. Guess there are still decent folks out there. I don't know why the way she said that made me slip into southern accent. I guess there are still decent folks out there. Golly gee, bless her heart. Spoiler alert, there is a character I plan on adding a southern accent to that shows up later in the game. I am not decent. You're critically obsessed with dogs. I'm gonna check if there's any other dogs who want something. Sure. Go ahead. Quick, a beer. Okay. Straight to the point. We like that. Here. Thanks. Now, boom. Why did you break the glass? I made break fast. Get it? Because you made the drink fast and I broke it and go. Tough crowd. Suddenly I understand the hate for puns. Oh no, I think she's drunk again. Hey Batrender! Yeah. Your job has a funny name. You don't say. How is she already drunk? She drank way less than she did last night. Yeah, but she drank a bottle before coming here. Why? I wish I knew. It's an example of her alcohol tolerance, though. Broadenter, I want to make a toast to my good friend the robot here. Probably the only person, robot, thing that can stand my yapping for more than half an hour. Without him, my life would be 5 times more boring and 2 times more meaningless. Cheers! You're not holding a drink. Then give me one, Ben Trader. Isn't that your job? I need a beer, a big one. I feel like we're enabling her by giving her this. Alright, cheers. I said cheers. 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 Good. Grumpy when sober and a sweetheart when drunk. It seems like she's been like this since her university years. You make it sound like those were a decade ago. I can understand liking the taste of alcohol, but what's so good about getting drunk? First of all, I'm not drunk. You're too happy. I'm a happy person. When drunk. Anyway, it's something you just can't explain. Just like it, your body needs it, craves it. That's called addiction, Betty. There, deal taking the words out of my mouth. That's called being an alcoholic. I prefer the term alcohol enthusiast. Anyway, humans actively look for things that make them feel lightheaded. Why else would they leave some potentially poison foods like that weird balloon fish thing? Why would they eat spicy food or drink fermented milk? Seriously, how crazy does someone have to be like, hey, let's eat this and see what happens? Worse yet, they've even found medicine among all that junk. The one that invented penicillin was probably the worst of them all. I mean, there was also that guy who... wasn't there a doctor or something to prove, like, an antibiotic he used? He, like, did something to give himself, like, a tumor or cancer or some sort of disease, and then he used his product on himself to cure the disease, and it worked successfully because nobody wanted to test it or something. I remember reading an article about that, I think, so... I am too lazy to look it up right now, though, so we shall move on. Fair enough, but that's proof you were drunk. If you were sober, you would just say, hell if I know. Silly robot. When I think about it, what kind of robot are you? Lilim. Lilim always sounds too feminine. Okay then, what manner of piece of scrap are you? You don't know? Never cared, but now I'm curious. Oh well, you will not remember it tomorrow. I am a DT-01D, a social development robot. Is that like the DFC-72s? No. DFC-72s are designed to be as physically human as possible in order to blend in with humans better. My line is more tailored with resilient. We are work Lilim. My kind yearns for the mines, Betty. Why must you be cursed to only one destiny from the moment you're born? You could do whatever you want, silly robot. Follow your dreams. I know. I am already doing it. Being created or hardwired for one duty only means you're more adept at certain things. Giving robots freedom of choice, that is the whole purpose of the ABN law. Yeah, but you say you're resilient, but you don't look the part. True, I never upgraded my muscles, but I can stand up to 200 degrees Celsius without breaking a sweat. You're the type of lad to get inside the oven to check if the pot roast is cooked or not. Lilim could sweat? Cooling agents, yes. No matter, you're still special to me no matter what kind of robot you are. Lilim. No matter what piece of shit you are. Speaking of special, how come it isn't legal to marry a dog yet? Okay, deal. That was a conversation swerve. Excuse me, what? You just scared Betty back to being sober. If humans are not allowed to marry robots, Lilim, I meant Lilim. They should be able to marry dogs too. Abtrender? That's me, I think. This guy here wants to bang a dog. Mock him. Excuse me? I do not. I was just saying that if humans are now allowed to marry Lilim, why shouldn't they be able to marry animals? Because first of all, they're not humanoids. What about monkeys then? And now you want to bang a monkey? I do not. Deal, there is no way you're winning this argument. This is a losing one. Second of all, dogs, just like many other animals, can't give you consent. But look at those dogs. Sure, they have the cognitive abilities of 7-year-olds, but they can talk, drink booze, and argue. I'm not sure that bringing up the fact that they have the cognitive ability of a 7-year-old really helps your case there. Hold on, sorry, my controller disconnected. So now you want to bang a... I'm not gonna say that one out loud. Sorry, chat, you can't pay me. We have a regular here who would be delighted to hear that. Stop it. Remember, Lilim humans' marriages were only sanctioned after the Lilim achieved full sentience. Even then, they use marriage as a way to evolve the collective source. Besides, dogs don't really love us that way. Trying to apply human ideas like marriage to a dog is like trying to feed vegetables to a carnivore, you get me? Says the ex-vegetarian. Why are you only so smart when drunk? I'm not drunk! But anyways, if you want to screw a dog or a chimp, go ahead. Just don't bring marriage or infants into the whole deal. But if you even start thinking about doing that horizontal mambo, please seek some mental help. But I don't want to in dogs or monkeys or 7-year-olds. Well, thank God. Then why did you suddenly start talking about dog-human marriage? It's just I was thinking about all these dogs in tuxedos and I started picturing a dog in a bridal dress. I mean, just try and picture that. And I'm the drunk one. Wait, I'm not drunk. Why would I say that? And again, when you get drunk, you only get dizzy. Do you have a limit? Is there a limit to how much you can drink before passing out? No, I just get disoriented to the point where I'm effectively useless, but I never pass out. Maybe if I passed out, I wouldn't have to deal with all the shit that follows. I always have to wait at least 24 hours before the effects pass. One has to wonder what they gave all these why they gave all these human flaws to. Yeah, that is kind of cruel. Isn't the point of making like a robot that would gain sentience is that they're an improvement? Oh, I need a sip of water. There we go, my throat's getting dry. I read something about that. It said that by giving Lilum the same kind of weaknesses humans have, they would develop the same way humans do. So that's why they always bite their lips randomly when eating? Seems like it. But it makes me wonder, exactly how animatronically correct are you? That is something I know and you don't. Any of you want anything else to drink? Yeah, I want... Nothing. You're drunk enough as is? You're not my dad. You can't tell me what I can or can't do. Beatrice Albert, stop drinking right now. Yes, Mom. Now, go sleep in the car. We are almost done here. But, Mom... Go. Bye, bad nerder. Bye, Miss Betty. It actually worked. Sorry, Deal, you're her mom now. That's the rule. If I didn't know she wouldn't remember anything tomorrow, I'd be afraid of retaliation. Although I'm curious. Why do you call her Miss Betty? Makes her sound like a teacher or something. Etiquette? I don't know. There's also something about her that makes it feel right to call her that. Yeah, maybe it's the forehead. I see. Well, I got to get things ready. If you'll excuse me. Good luck. Hey, we're closing. Damn it. Worst day of Wyvern Lover's life. Well, everyone's safe in a cab. We are taking our leave, bartender. Thank you for providing such great service on such short notice. That's my job. You were interesting too? Well, thank you. I'll make sure to tell all our associates about the wonders of this place. Thank you, and please come again. We sure will. Send my regards to Miss Betty. Gladly. See you later then. We will actually see Deal and Betty later on in the game. We saw a large amount of them this time. They're not actually huge characters in the rest of the story, but they will show up, so... Bye. All done? Yep. Seems like we got some new regulars. Yeah, it'd be nice if they came back. Or that we're still here when they want to come back. You've been acting weird all weekend, boss. Are you okay? I am, but the bar is not. What do you mean? Well, I guess you have the right to know. The BGC sent me a message on Friday. Valhalla hasn't been bringing in much income these last few months, which means that we are at risk of being wiped off the map. And then the day just ends. It kind of sets up into the start of the main game where Jill is worried about the bar closing, but that's like a very abrupt ending of the day. Like there's a chance Valhalla might shut down. The end. Not even like Jill's reaction or anything. It was just like, yep, that's it. That's all you need to know. End of prologue. Like just freaking cut to black ending. But anyways, that was the end of day 3 of Daily Valhalla. We are not done with prologue stuff just yet. We're not in the main game just yet because for next stream we will have to be talking to Anna and learn a little bit about her. That's right, they made 2 prequels to this game. Whoa. Although this one's only 1 day, so. But until tomorrow, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next episode of Daily Valhalla. Bye-bye!